Hello everyone, how are you doing? I'm doing great, though I suspect I'll be sad by the time I'm finished making this video. Because today I'm talking about Lookism, a Netflix anime based on a South Korean webtoon of the same name. This was a recommendation from a kind commenter, so thanks for that. I did not expect this anime to be so emotional and deal so much with our society's obsession with looks and how we use someone's attractiveness as an indication of their value as a human being. I really didn't expect this story to hit me in the heart the way that it did. From episode 1, I had a little more moisture in my eyes than normal. To give some background, Lookism follows high school student Hyung-suk, who is being brutally bullied. And I truly mean brutally. Because of this, he asks his hard-working single mother if he can change schools. They don't have much money to spare, but she works as much as she can so that he can live on his own and attend J1 high school. And he is so excited for the new beginning he is about to have in a new place where no one knows him. He can reinvent himself and start over. Unfortunately, that's not how it works out for Hyung-suk. After he is assaulted in public, the video goes viral and he is mercilessly mocked online, thereby ruining any chance he has to start over at his new school. But then, he wakes up in the middle of the night in the body of a very tall, very handsome high school boy. Whenever he falls asleep, his consciousness swaps bodies, so he has to balance his life as the unattractive chubby boy who works nights at a convenience store and the handsome popular student who is so good looking, it blows people away. So before I get into the discussion on the themes of this video and this anime, I have to say that I have never been bullied. On the scale of conventionally attractive to unattractive, I fall more on the attractive end of things. I hope that doesn't sound vain. I was a late bloomer though. In high school, I passed under the radar pretty much. I'm mixed race, black and white, and most people in my school were Indian or black. So I always felt a bit on the outside. Okay, so back to the topic at hand. I want desperately to say that this type of bullying doesn't actually happen, but it only takes a few minutes of research to discover that this isn't true, and people really do this to each other all the time. In episode 1, we're first introduced to Hyung-suk on his hands and knees in front of a bully who humiliates him, really treating him like he isn't a human being, and telling him that he deserves this treatment because of the way he looks.
You belong on the bottom rung. Until the day you die, you piece of shit!
And this sentiment is something that echoes in his mind throughout the series, that he doesn't deserve to be treated well. And nobody should ever feel like they do not deserve to be treated well, just because of the way that they look. And you'll notice with this first bully and with some others that appear in the new school, they themselves are not handsome, but he's tall and strong and brutal. It's like, if you can't be popular from your looks, you do it through force. You make yourself too menacing to be messed with. Another factor is money and class. Hyung-suk is poor, and so can't even flex in a material way or throw money around to at least buy friendship. At J1 school, we see how important money and accessories and fashionable goods are. For example, there is an episode in which a group of boys want to put handsome Hyung-suk in his place by pointing out that his shoes and clothes are old and worn and that he clearly doesn't have money. So it's not enough to be so gorgeous you blow people away. You also have to wear the right clothes and own the right accessories. Luckily, Hyung-suk is saved from embarrassment by Jae-yeol, the handsome, silent gazillionaire. Jae-yeol is portrayed as a good guy. Despite being handsome and rich, he doesn't participate in bullying and even stands at Hyung-suk's side when he is against the bullies. However, I have to wonder if he would have behaved this way if Hyung-suk was in his other body. Would he give a bunch of cool stuff to the chubby short kid getting bullied? Would he even paid as much attention to Hyung-suk if he wasn't so tall and handsome? I don't have an answer, just asking questions. Now I'm going to talk about Hyung-suk's mother. This character pulls at my heartstrings the most. As someone who was also raised by her mother under difficult circumstances, all I want to do is rescue Mama Park from her life of toil and struggle so she can relax and have a good life. She's so pure and she just loves her son and does her best to take care of him. In the first episode when she comes to the school and confronts his bullies, and then he releases his anger out on her, which is shitty, but I get it. He's full of anger because of his treatment, and she's the only one he can take it out on. But he definitely loves her and takes a job at a convenience store so he can lessen the burden on her. Now that I think about it, it's kind of incredible that Hyung-suk doesn't become a bully when he has the opportunity to do so. He's handsome, tall, and very strong with quick reflexes, but instead of repeating the cycle, he goes out of his way to befriend the outsider kids who do get bullied. And he even shames Jin-sung into giving up his bullying ways, opening his eyes to the cruelty of his actions.
Forget it. Who cares if he's wearing them? Don't worry about me. I'm not fighting.
Jin-sung, being the guy who ruined his chances to start over at a new school before he even got to his first day. This scene made me want to punch the television screen while crying hysterically. Hyung-suk is so excited, so optimistic, and it gets ruined for no damn reason.
I'm going to change. A new neighborhood, a brand new life, a new me. A new Park Hyung-suk.
Even if he was hitting on the girl that Jin-sung likes, there is simply no reason to beat someone up like this. And everyone just watches and records him and assumes he must have done something wrong because the handsome guy must have a reason for his actions, right? I genuinely don't understand why we don't treat each other with more kindness. We, as the global society, could simply decide to make each other's lives easier, and it wouldn't even take that much. I know some people think of kindness as weak, but I think that's just because they misunderstand what it actually means to be kind and have compassion. Kindness doesn't mean not standing up for yourself or accepting bad behaviors. It's not the absence of punishment or consequences. Kindness is having a library in a jail. It's not using chemical weapons in war. It's holding ourselves to a higher standard, which is what Hyung-suk does. Jin-sung assumed the worst about him without having any information just from looking at him, and beats him up in the street, and Hyung-suk never takes revenge when he finds himself in a body that could do that. He chooses to live his life as a good person, and just by doing that, he changes the guy. Despite the level of violence done to him, he's extremely reluctant to give it back to others, even the ones who gave it to him in the first place. Okay, so now let's talk about something a little less intense for a minute. These videos are supposed to be light-hearted. So I really like the look of this anime. I like the style, but I wasn't the biggest fan of the score I found the music to be a little bit uninteresting. But I did like the opening song. I like the look of the characters, my favorite being Jin-sung. For me, he's the hottest guy in the series, just in terms of what he looks like. Oddly enough, a handsome Hyung-suk is not my thing at all, but then maybe I have like a subconscious thing for bad boys. Let's hope not. Next for me would be Bosco, the honorable bad boy. He reminds me of Kyohei from Durara, who was also a badass fighting guy who likes to look out for the weaker guys. There's just something about this kind of character that I really love, right? The bad boy, but with morals. For most of the series, Bosco is under the impression that Hyung-suk is a bully because he gets pulled into that group by a sexy classmate. This is obviously a bad choice for a friend group, but our boy is not used to having to choose friends. I don't think he's ever been in a situation where he has to navigate social situations in this way. And he really just gets steamrolled by them because they see the advantage of being friends with him. At first, it seems he doesn't really have an opportunity to meet anybody else, and I think part of him is just happy to have a friend group. Eventually, he makes better friends, choosing to hang out with the two kids who get bullied the most, both in his handsome body and out of it. He also makes up with Bosco, which honestly took too long for me. I was screaming, "He's not a bad guy," at the TV screen. And of course, the ever-silent Jae-yeol, who is an intriguing character I would have liked to see more of. Okay, so I'm going to end this video here. Honestly, I might make a part 2 because I still have lots of things to say, but this video is already long enough. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm Kayla, and see you next time. Bye.